it up, we gon' burn it down.
Hey, how's it going, Ryan? What the? That's not what I just hit there. What the? Are you kidding me right now? How are you doing, my friend? You're streaming on Monday. This is rare. Well, I had to edit some photos, and I'm still trying to figure out, because I can, because now that I'm traveling with work and can only stream on Saturday nights, trying to figure out some other things to do. So I was going to edit some photos and just thought, well, why not just stream me editing photos? I thought maybe people would be interested in that. Maybe not. And even if nobody's not, at least it'd give me a chance to hang out with you guys and chat with you guys some and stuff. Any of you that were around. Why aren't you doing so good, my friend? What's going on? Fill a brother in. I gotta import all these photos here real quick. How many does it say there is? Does it tell me? 316 new photos? Crazy. Check these. Alright, so I gotta keyword all these photos real quick, trying to just think of keywords, just general ones. So Tennessee, these were all in Tennessee taken in the Nashville area. Obviously 2019 is the year. Travel, they gotta be kind of generic, and then I can put individual keywords per picture if I want, but I'm thinking that might be about it actually. Let's do that. Import. I just realized that my best mate's friends all hate me, and they still pretend to like me. At this point, I'm just on a downhill road. When you say best mate's friends, so your best mate's still cool with you? It's just his friends that don't care for you? Or is he saying he, doesn't want to hang out with you because his friends don't like you, or what, man? Alright, let me import those last couple photos real quick. My best mate, but he said if his friends don't want to hang with me, he will go with them. Well, what do you think about that? I mean, it doesn't sound like much of a best mate to me. It sounds like you could do better. What do you think? Importing is very taxing on my PC, so I might be dropping a little bit of frames and stuff for a second. To me, that sounds like not a mate, but I get friends all the time, and they all betray me, and I barely got any friends as it is. I don't know what to do anymore. Well, I'm a blunt person, so I hope this does not come across as harsh or not harsh. But I hope I can portray what I'm trying to say correctly. And that is that, let me think of how I want to word this. Actually, let me not think of how to word this. I don't want to try to be politically correct. Number one, let me tell you this. I mean, I know this is all digital. This is a live stream. But, you know, I consider you a friend, man. So you got a friend here, someone you can always come and talk to anytime that you need to. And I'll tell you, you know, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, nor do I have the most wisdom, you know, but at 34 years old, I have learned some things. And I can tell you that the older you get, like, it sucks when you're younger and you don't have friends or you don't have people to hang out with. I've had both in life. I've had times in my life where I've had big groups of friends and I was always out doing things with them. And I've had times in my life, like, for example, right now in my life, I don't really have a lot of what I would call close friends or people that I hang out with. You know, I think that's just seasons of life, man. Like, it's just... like, sometimes some parts of life are good, sometimes some parts of life are bad. And to me, about the only thing you can do is just work on making them better. What I mean by that is, if you don't feel like you have a lot of friends, then you have to work on making some friends. And I'm not saying that's easy, or that it happens overnight, or that it makes you feel any less lonely right this second. However, it's still what you have to do. Like, you have a choice. Either you can have no friends, or you can work on getting more friends. Again, it doesn't mean it sucks any less. It doesn't mean that it's any less difficult. It doesn't mean that the feelings of loneliness aren't there. But, I mean, you know, a lot of times we want these big secrets in life, and there are no big secrets. It's just a lot of hard work. And when there's things that are shitty in our lives, it's a lot of hard work to try to fix those. Maybe you're not very good at going up and meeting new people and making new friends. You can't control whether people like you or don't like you, but what you can control is your skills at becoming a better communicator and a better person at approaching other people and making new friends on your end. Stream is real choppy / laggy, or is it just my end? It is not just your end, Cornbread. I am importing a bunch of photos right now, so it's going to be choppy here for just a moment probably. This is the first time here. Let me cancel this out. Up here in the top left corner, Lightroom is currently building previews for all of the photos I just imported. So I'm hoping my voice is at least coming through okay. But as soon as this process up here finishes, these operations, this stream should not be choppy anymore. Like I said, this is my first time ever doing a live stream where I'm like editing photos that I've taken. Apparently, Lightroom is very taxing on my PC. And streaming and having Lightroom running at the same time, at least importing photos, is not the best. However, it should straighten up, and then as we're actually editing pictures, we should be good. Friends are overrated. I would not... I think, Cornbread, I mean, I get what you're saying, and I think you're just trying to help, which I agree with. Friends can be overrated, but I don't think friends are overrated. Friends are a good thing to have. Friends are an important thing to have in life, and I don't think you have to try to... And not that you're trying to do this, but I sometimes think saying things like that just tries to basically make the other person feel good in the moment, but it doesn't solve the problem. And again, the problem may be, Ryan, and again, I'm not being, anything but just trying to tell you some truth, is that maybe you're just not very good at being a friend, or maybe you're not very good at making new friends, or maybe you're not good at finding friends that have the same interests or the same goals that you have in life. And sometimes that stuff just takes practice. It takes experience as you kind of grow as a person, especially when you're a teenager or a young adult, when you're still figuring out what exactly it is in life that you want to do in life. That could change, which means you could go through several groups of friends before you finally find your your clan, your tribe, whatever you want to call it, your circle of friends. And that can be no lie, it can be very, very, very difficult. But seriously, you just got to do it, man. The other option is literally to just give up and not try anymore. Which, if that's what you want to do, by all means do it. But there are no other choices. You either quit trying and don't worry about it, or you work on fixing the things you can. Whether that means being better at being a better conversationalist, whether that means being better at finding new friends, meaning approaching strangers, whether that means, any of that stuff I basically said. That all comes down to that stuff. Hey, Chacos, or Jazzy, or I don't exactly know. I'm just still going to call you Princess, actually. We are editing some photos today. The stream is a little choppy at the moment because I am importing a bunch of photos. I probably should have did this before I started streaming and actually editing the photos. However, it is what it is. It's almost done. And then we should be good in terms of the choppiness. Anyways, I hope all that makes sense, Ryan. Again, it doesn't make any of it any easier. It's tough, especially when you feel lonely or when you feel like you don't have friends. Like I said, I've been there in life. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I felt lonely, like I didn't have any friends, and I've been surrounded by huge groups of friends. And I've gone to both extremes. Derek, if you ever want to talk about anything to get it off your chest, I'll be here for you. I appreciate that, Ryan. That's what friends are for, my friend. But I gotta admit, I am doing, I have down times in life, but right now, life is pretty good. I'm enjoying getting to travel for work and stuff, getting to see new places, getting to see some places I haven't been to in a while, getting to take some sweet-ass photos while I'm out at those places. Travel definitely makes me feel alive and well. I'll switch back over to Twitch in a bit. It's acting weird for me, lol. Well, like I was saying, Princess, it is laggy at this moment. It should straighten out here in a couple more minutes. I imported a bunch of photos right when I started live streaming. Apparently, I'll know for next time. I should have did that beforehand. Just editing individual photos doesn't take that much processing, but trying to stream and import a shit ton of photos takes a lot of my computer's processing power. Oh, and you know what? I should put up here. Actually, hold on. I just realized. Let me see here. Let me see here. The chat is not working, so let me fix that real quick here. Because I know, you know, Cornbread's over on Twitch. And where's it at? Alright, hopefully that should fix that. We'll see the next chatter here. At least I hope it will. It does not look like it did though. Hold on, let's see how. Oh wait. Apparently I had it hidden. That might have been the problem. I can jump to YouTube if it makes it easier. It doesn't really matter to me either way, Cornbread. I just stream on all of them because, I don't know, it just seems like the smart thing to do. I could be completely wrong though. Where is the chat background opacity? Let's do that. Let me put this in. Try to. Alright, that should help make it a little easier to read. Alright, and then let me catch up on what you guys are saying. Well, my best mate's friends don't like me, and my best mate said if his friends don't want me, then my best mate doesn't want me either. Then they aren't real friends. Would I be a wimp if I said that I am crying? Of course not. That's pretty awful thing to say. Okay, good, because I am crying. Yeah, dude, like I said, man, feelings are tricky. It's okay to cry, dude. Like, when things suck, they suck, man. Alright, these operations are almost done. And hopefully the stream should then be fixed. We're very close. Then we get to edit some photos. I'm behind quite a bit. I have a lot to edit. I basically got to say goodbye at this point. I don't see any connection anymore. But don't cry. Just time to associate yourself with better people who won't hurt your feelings like that. Exactly. Princess is saying it 100% true, my friend. Again, it still sucks losing a friend or whatever, but you do have to realize, like, if one of your friends is acting like that, in the long run, like it sucks in the moment, but in the long term, you're better off. Anyways, let's get off that. I need to get my mind off it. All right, my friend. Well, like I said, anytime you do need to talk, man, you're always welcome to here. So, let's see. I have several photo sets I need to go through. I have Castaway Bay photos. Me and my family, we went to a indoor water park. Some smart previews we're not doing. Okay. All right. The stream should not be laggy anymore. But I have some pictures from an indoor water park that me and the wife took our daughter to. I did a vlog way back. There was a vlog on it when we were there. A couple vlogs. But I had never actually have edited the photos yet. I also have the road trip photos. I went on a road trip, we actually started in Nashville, Tennessee, then we went down to Sulphur, Louisiana, over into Texas, Galveston. Then we went over to the Florida Panhandle and stopped in Panama City Beach and also Pensacola Beach. And then we headed back home. So I have photos from that road trip a couple months ago that I took. And then I also have, let me see what else. I also have photos that I just took from the last 2 weeks that I was in Nashville, Tennessee for work. I went and explored some different, which by the way, the new vlog, I think it just, here, let me see. I think it just posted today, the first part of it, but I think they turned out really good. The vlog was, hold on, let me see. My channel. Yeah, exploring Radnor Lake in Nashville. Well, actually, I thought this one was pretty good too. Photographing murals and then the sunset skyline pictures. But then this exploring Radnor Lake in Nashville, that was one of them. And then tomorrow's that comes out was I got to go see Fall Creek Falls. It's this state park where there's like 7 different waterfalls on the on hiking trails and stuff. Got to actually hike down to the base of the waterfalls, so you're like looking up at them. It was very, very cool. So I was and I thought they turned out really well. This one and the one that's going to release tomorrow. But anyways, I have the photos from all of that I also need to edit. So that's what we're working on today. So first, I do believe, let me see, Sandusky, Ohio, right here. And 2019 Castaway Bay. So we'll go over to develop. So these aren't, this first group of photos that I'm going to edit, these are just from a family vacation, so they're nothing super fancy. A lot of them, like for example, my daughter actually took this one. So what I like to do, and here, let me catch up on chat real quick, if I am allowed to ask. Ryan, of course you're allowed to ask if you're talking to me, unless you might be talking to Princess. Oh, Princess, how's the business? If I'm allowed to ask. I think you're referring to that. Never mind. She sold a second painting on her Etsy store to this guy. Whoops. So that's how her business is doing. All right, so what I do when I edit photos in Lightroom is the first thing I do is I check the white balance. It looks pretty good, but I'll hit auto just to see what it does. I kind of like my pictures a little more on the warmer side, so I might actually let that go to auto. I'm thinking. Well, we don't want daylight, but I think the auto is more true to life too. So, and then what I normally like to do is I like to auto level the photo, which, you know, it's showing it's good. But always check that. Are they sisters? They are not. This is my daughter right here on the right side of the screen. Hold on. Oh, wait, I can point. This is my daughter. This, the girl, oh, I can't point that far. The girl on that side is my niece. So that is my sister's daughter. We basically took her with us so my daughter would have someone to play with. So after we check for the white balance and the autocorrection, then most people, again, first let me say I am not a professional photo taker. I am still learning. But I used to just hit auto on this stuff, and it would kind of auto do the exposure, contrast, highlights, shadows, whites, blacks, vibrant, saturation. I do not do that anymore. What is better is if you hold down shift, you can double click on one. So like you can double click exposure and it'll just auto the exposure. That way I can go down each one and see if I like the change or not. So then we'll do auto highlights, auto shadows, auto whites. So whites were perfect. Then we can do some auto vibrance, see if we like this, adjust this some if we don't. And saturation a bit. Wow, they look alike, LOL. They do, don't they? They definitely look similar. So, another picture my daughter took. She's a little freak. So, actually, let me... I like keeping the pictures she takes just so, so we're going to run through these quickly. More that my daughter took. So these are similar enough that I'm going to stack them. I don't really need to edit both, so we're just going to stack them into the one I like most. And I probably won't really, I probably won't really, like normally I'll mess with tone curves and the colors and stuff in pictures to give it more of an artistic look. For these family pictures, I'm not really planning on doing that. I'm just giving them basic corrections. I like to keep kind of the family pictures and stuff just kind of, you know, I like to make them just look better in terms of making sure, you know, brightness levels and stuff are correct. But as long as they look basically good after that, I move on to the next one. Again, I don't know. I like keeping family photos kind of natural looking. If that makes sense. Oh, the auto transform does not work on that. Is anybody that watches my streams into photography? Just out of curiosity. Isn't it amazing though what a program can do? Look, here is the before. Just by adding a little bit of the auto effects, fixing the exposure and stuff. Before, after. Like, dude, Lightroom is the shit, seriously. Which one was a good picture? This one of me? Or were you talking about this one of her sleeping? This must be a picture my wife took. But yeah, as I was telling Ryan before Princess, you joined, or Cornbread before you joined. Basically, I just, you know, right now with work, like for example, I leave, today is, you know, Monday. Tomorrow morning, I leave for St. Louis, Louisiana, or St. Louis, Missouri. Oh, the one with the girls and the dogs. Yes, that was a very cute one. I leave for St. Louis tomorrow morning. I'll be there for 3 days. But basically now with work, since I have to travel and I have to, you know, I'm basically gone Tuesdays to Thursday each week. I'm still trying to figure out, you know, what to do with the other streaming, because right now I've only been able to stream Saturday nights, at least gaming wise. So I'm trying to figure out other ways I could possibly throw in some live streams and stuff. So I thought maybe I'd try this today. Like I said, it's kind of the first time I've ever done it, so you guys have to let me know what you guys think of it or whatever. But I figured it would just give me a chance to chat with some of you guys and stuff and just hang out basically. Again, all of these photos are just kind of getting a basic treatment to them. What I'll typically do is kind of a basic treatment to all my photos from a trip. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and pick my favorite ones. And then I'll kind of edit those further. Because, for example, just in the Nashville photos from the last 2 weeks, I probably had like 800 to 1,000 pictures. The amount of time it would take for me to realistically edit 800 to 1,000 pictures, it's just ridiculous. Redonkulous. Derek, can you put a video together, just music and photos of all the places you have been? Man, that would be tough. What I try to do is... Can you do Saturday and Monday? Well, that's what I'm possibly thinking. It kind of depends. But, well, let me answer your first question. I've been a lot of places. It would be a hard video. Like, it would honestly be a very hard video to make, and I just don't know if I have the skills yet with video to do it. Because I would have to go through, like, just here, let me go over to my library for a second. I mean, just an example. Right now, I have, just in photos, I have like a terabyte of data of photos. I mean, all the way from, like, you know, Brandywine, stuff in Ohio, Cleveland, Colorado when I was out there, Texas. I mean, you know, St. Louis, California, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., you know, Louisiana, Florida. I mean, just, I've been lucky enough that I've gotten to go to a lot of places. And I just don't know how I would realistically, like, I could do it. It would just take me a very long time to put together a video like that. What I like to do, and you'll see it in the vlogs a lot of times in my office, is right over here. On my wall, I have like, what I do is after I edit photos from a session, I take like my top 10 that I like from, so let's say like, you know, the last 2 weeks I was in Nashville, Tennessee. So after I edit all those photos, I'll choose my favorite 10 once I'm all done editing them. And I will print those out on, you know, I'll actually go and get them printed, and then they get hung on the wall. So I basically have like a huge just wall covered in pictures of all the different places and stuff I've been. And I do sometimes B-roll, kind of shooting them and stuff, but send me photos and I'll do it for you if you like. It could be a possibility. Again, it's not so much the editing that would take so long, but going through all the pictures and finding one. Princess says that's really crazy you can brighten up dark pictures like that. Isn't it? Also how it can, like, you see how the door's all unstraightened and everything, and it straightens it right up. And even in the, you know, where you have light outside, you really lose a lot of detail, where you get a lot of it back with the program and stuff. So, it is very, very cool. Now, I will say, if you were to take, like, a cell phone or a camera. Like for example, you know, I have my DSLR camera that I shoot with. It's a Canon. So when you shoot, I shoot in what's called raw photos. So you have like photos are normally like in JPEG or, you know, PNG or GIF or whatever. Well, like phones, your phone takes a JPEG image file. A camera, normally you can set it to save either as JPEG or you can save it as a RAW file. And what a RAW file does is it basically saves all the data, even in the darkest darks and the highest highs, so that you can go into post-processing and really bring out those shadows and down the highlights and stuff. With like a cell phone camera, you wouldn't be able to do a lot of this. You'd be able to do some of it to some extent, but you can do a lot more when you're shooting with an actual professional camera that allows you to save in that RAW format. And obviously, the more perfect you can get the exposure and everything when you're actually shooting the photo with the camera, the better you're going to be able to bring out any kind of blown highlights or dark, you know, dark spots or whatever. What the hell? I didn't even notice that. I know, it's pretty cool how it'll straighten all that. So I said Lightroom does a really good job. This Castaway Bay area was really fun though. It was a huge indoor water park, water slides, different rides, and not only that, but they had, ooh, I got the contrast, I got the exposure perfect on this picture. But we were supposed to, the funny thing is, with this trip here, we were actually supposed to go to Tampa, Florida. And my wife's always had the dream of swimming with manatees, which you can do down in near Tampa, Florida at a place called Crystal River at this certain time of the year. So that's where we were actually heading or going to go. And then our car broke down on the way to Tampa, Florida. So we had to turn around and come home. And then, of course, the girls were all upset. My wife, my daughter, and my niece. So then kind of last minute, I threw together this idea of, well, let's just take them to a water park. And to be honest, it ended up being a blast. Like, we all had so much fun. They had a sweet-ass arcade there, which I'm sure there'll be photos of that. They had, like I said, the whole water park. They had good restaurants built right into this. You know, it's kind of like a whole resort type thing. So it was really, really cool. Oh, that's a good, this is a good picture of all of us. I like this one. I like this one. That's probably one that's going to have to go on the wall. Probably going to get a, here, let me rate it. So we are going to give this one a 5-star rating. Any that I really love get a 5-star rating. That way I can go back at the end and review them. So what are you guys up today? Enough about me and my trips. Besides the issues with the friends, Ryan, how's your day been so far? Are you doing anything fun this evening? Got any plans for this evening? How about you, Princess? Don't tell me. Princess is painting. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. The daughter's going to be getting off the bus any second. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Ooh, that looks fun. Laughing my ass off. I've been trying to figure out how to market your paintings. I'm assuming you have social media accounts on all the different social media platforms. What's up? Derek is my fave streamer. Oh, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm anything that special, but I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. I enjoy, like, even this. I mean, I know it seems whatever, but, like, I got to sit here and edit photos anyways. It's just so much nicer to be able to chat people with while I'm doing it and hang out with you guys and all that jazz. Oh, here's me and the wifey. Hey, baby. Cause I don't know, cause I am. Well, yeah. Look how we're both like super hot people. Why wouldn't we be adorable together? Dude, you weren't cute enough to be in this picture. Don't knock my pop over, baby doll. Whoa, your picture. I know. That's why I had to. Ellie took this picture of us. Oh, look at Ellie doing a good job of taking. She's learning well from her father. Get your homework done, like I said, because we're going over for dinner tonight. You gotta get it done before. Oh, look at that crazy picture someone took of her and her cousin. My daughter's a freak. Yeah, she did a good job on that picture. She put us off to the side a little bit instead of directly in the middle of the frame, which makes it look a little... Here they were doing crafts. They got the... Oh, wait. This is their squishies they got. But we were in the craft area. Alright, we won't straighten that one just because I want to keep her face in the picture. Even though overall it does look a little better. But I want to keep her in the picture, so we won't straighten that one. But anyways, Princess, how are you marketing right now, your stuff? You're at the right stream. You guys don't know this, but I'm a marketing genius. Oh, I'm positive about that. Do your homework, you freak. Get this. Dude, I don't tell you answers. On my face. You gotta draw the minute hand. So you gotta draw the minute hand to show that it's 7:15. So where would the minute hand be if it's 7:15? What are you to do? Which one's 5? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So if it was 7 o'clock, where would the minute be? It would be 7:00. Okay. So if it's 1/4 past, how much is 1/4 past in time? 15 minutes pass. So where would so if it's 7:15, where would the minute hand be? Is that 15 to 3? Yeah. And what if it's half past 3? Where would the minute hand be? It already gives you the little hand, so it's in the middle of 3 and 4. So half past 3. So try to figure it out. You know they're all 5 minutes each minute hand thing, each of the numbers. Well, what are your current marketing efforts, Princess? Like if you had a marketing question to ask, if you were sitting down in front of the marketing genius of the world right now, what would be your question to that person? I have Instagram and Pinterest, LOL. I just noticed that part, LOL. Ryan, you never told me what you're doing this evening. Are you even still here? I would ask, how do I drive more traffic to my shop? Okay, well, there's 2 ways to drive traffic to your shop. Number 1 is to pay for it. Number 2 is freely. Free traffic, which would mean organic. So, let me give you an example here. Let me pull up Instagram. What is your, can I show your username? What is your username? Can I pull up your page? No. Is 25 half of 60? Huh? Okay, so what would be half of 60? If it's half past 3. So if this is the start, quarter, half, 3/4, hour. So half would be here. 30 minutes. 3:30 would be half, right? So if it's 50 minutes after 1, write this number first. What would that be? 50 minutes after 1. Would be 1. No, you're not thinking. 50 minutes after 1. Don't look at this. It's 50 minutes after 1. So what time is it? 1. Yeah, it's 1:50. So if it's 50 minutes after 1, write 1:50 there. I'm just playing games. What are you playing, Ryan? Are you ranking up in League of Legends yet? Okay, so you gotta put. So you already have the hour hand, which is the 1, right? So now you need to draw the minute hand. So draw the minute hand to show the time, which is what? How many minutes is it? That's this side of the colon. So how many minutes is it? No, how many? Don't look at it. How many minutes is that? Right there, you know it. It's that number. Okay, so it's 50 minutes. So now, add your 5 to get to 50. What's the 1? 5. So draw your minute hand. Okay, and 11:15. So write it here first. What's a 11:15? That would be 11 what? How much is a quarter past? You did it up here already. 7:15. Silver 5? I thought you told me you were like a silver 3 or something now the other night when I was playing. What's a 11:15? How many minutes is a quarter? Okay, so write the number here. So now you got to draw the minute hand, which is this number. Okay, now go try this one on your own. Alright, Serenity and Peace Art. Jazzy. Okay. So, you have 154 followers. You're following 29 people. You have 26 posts. Okay. So, this is all good. Like, your posts look good. All look very good. Okay. So, couple things off the point. Think your photos. You're just taking a picture of... Here, let me click on an individual post. Okay. Blue and violet, butterfly. And then you're putting some... Okay. Let me check a newer post to see if you've changed how you're doing it. Koi fish with pink. Okay. Okay. So first things right off the bat. In terms of your posts, the posts are good. This definitely looks better where you have the full screen of your painting without any of the background. If you have to do background like this, how you have it, it would be better for Instagram. Instagram is all about, and you should know this using Pinterest too, and being an artist, but Instagram is all about the photo. So this is not high enough quality for Instagram. The painting is, but this photo, the photo's not high enough quality for Instagram. What you need to do, what would be better, is even if you can't show off the painting as well, it would be better to set up kind of a scene. So for example, on this one, we'll use this one as the example. What would be better would be to zoom out with your camera some and have things around the painting. Maybe you can get little fake plastic bones that you could have around the painting. Maybe you can get, a little plant that's over in the one corner so that it looks something more like, here, let me show you an example of someone who does this really well. Okay, so like this. So here you can see the subject's kind of the coffee, but it's zoomed out, and you have other things that brings the whole scene together. Or something like this, the bench with the blanket on it is the scene, but it's zoomed out far enough that you have some texture and stuff to go with it. So again, here, the camera is the main thing, and even though you can't see everything else, it's slightly in the frame just to give it some different textures and stuff. This will help really make your photography pop. Like this, again, it's a photo of the camera, but then there's like a coffee bag here in the corner. There's a book under the camera, some different wood textures. And I'm not saying you got to go out and buy anything. You would just want to find things around your house you can use. That would work just as well. But just to give it that little bit of depth and stuff. And I think that would help your photographs look a lot better than just simply being this. Again, if you can get the full artwork where you're not really cutting it off like this, I think this looks fine. Because the same picture I have in my shop, there's a flower next to it. Right, so something like that. So again, you got to remember, even though you're selling the paintings, on Instagram, it's all about the photo. So you want the photo. And then now in terms of what I would do on Instagram if I was you. So if I'm on Instagram and I'm selling artwork, what I want to do is connect with other artists and stuff. So in Instagram, I would go into the search bar and I would type hashtag oil painting, okay? Or oil paintings, but you see these come up. Click on a hashtag, and boom, you have everybody using that hashtag popping up now in a feed, okay? So now what you want to do is like 3 or 4 or 5 times a day, you want to go through some of these hashtags, and you got to find out, you know, I don't know your niche per se. I don't know your exact, all the keywords that could be, besides obviously like hashtag oil painting or hashtag watercolors, whatever it is that you do, you want to try to match with people that are that same thing. So now what you want to do is go through these. So like here's one, and then I would just add a comment on this person's post, like, oh man, I really like what you did with, I really like how you did this with, you know, again, I'm not an artist in terms of drawing, so I don't know what would catch your eye, but just as a non-artist, I would be like, oh man, I really like how you cut one of the peaches in half in this painting and showed the inside and not just a bunch of unopened peaches on the painting. Again, that's probably not something you'd be drawn to, but because you know more about this. Like you might say, oh, I like how you did that specific style with the oil painting or whatever. Then I would go to the next one. Oh, this is a really cool use of blending colors together. Leave a comment. Then I would go to the next one, you know, and I would say, oh, you know, whatever. And I would go through all the lists until I got tired of going through and commenting. Then in a couple hours of my day, I would do it again. Maybe a different hashtag, maybe the same hashtag if it's a super popular hashtag. And because what that'll do is every time you go and comment, you're basically giving value to that person for free. Because think about it. What do you want on all of the posts that you make on Instagram? You want people to like your photos, and you want people to comment on your photos. So if you go do that to somebody else, think of all the times somebody does that to you. If somebody comments on your photos, how many times do you click on their name to check out their Instagram profile? So basically, you're doing it first. You're going to them, you're commenting, maybe giving constructive feedback, maybe whatever. But you're going through and giving them all that, so then what they're doing in return is they're going to come check out your profile. And then they might do that all list of hit the follow button, which gets you more and more followers on Instagram who could be showing your work, who could potentially be a customer in the future, etc., etc. And that's how you start building traffic for free on your Instagram page to then, you know, potentially get those people to your Etsy shop. Does that make sense? Any questions? Quarter past 11. Perfect. Half past 3, not quarter past 3. So what would a half past 3 be? 3 what? What's a half past?
The water's always high. I think we're getting close. Racing through the waves, I want to be where nobody knows.
If it's, there's 60 minutes. So what's half of 60? If it's a half, it's a 30. Yep, so 3:30. Right? 3:30. So then where would the minute be? Alright, so do it together. And now, of course, you know, that it takes time to do all that. So you have to commit to doing that work. But if you want free traffic that you don't want to pay for, that's currently the best strategy for getting free traffic on Instagram. And now, that doesn't mean overnight you're going to gain like 100 followers or 50 followers. For example, you know, things you got to think through. If I just type in hashtag oil painting, you know, this oil painting, wow, that is really, really good. Your skill level might not be there. I'm not saying it is or ain't, or is or isn't. I'm not really one to be able to judge that. But maybe you want to try to find, hashtags that have newer oil painting or people around your skill level, because those people are going to be more inclined to follow you back. Somebody that's producing superior quality, they're probably going to look at your profile and think, it's okay, but they're probably not going to follow you back. So you want to get creative with the hashtags you follow and that you're commenting on and stuff. So maybe, I don't even know if this is a thing, but maybe new to oils. Is that a... Alright, so like here's people that are new to oils paintings. So, that might be a good hashtag to follow, or et cetera, et cetera. The second biggest thing you can do is you can give away your products for free sometimes. You could maybe give away some of your smaller oil paintings to maybe you could find people that collect artwork, and you can send them a free little oil painting or something like this that would be cute, that can just go on their little desk. Now obviously that costs you money, so that takes a little more whatever, but the potential is that they get it and they post about it on their Instagram or their social media account or whatever, and they link your Instagram account. So again, it's basically providing value first and then hoping you get something in return. Again, that one costs a little bit of money, but it's cheaper than like buying ads to your Etsy store or something like that. And it might be something that you can occasionally do. But I really think, like I said, starting with getting a couple hashtags to follow. And like this one, I said, maybe this would be good, but it only has 595 posts, which means that there's not a lot of people that use that hashtag. So it's probably not a good one. So you'd want to keep looking. But again, you want to find people around your skill level that you think would follow you back. And then, like I said, you want to go and comment on their stuff. Basically start building the network using Instagram with other artists. Because then, if you think about it, artists are always looking for other content to share anyways. Like you don't do a new painting every day. So every day you don't have an Instagram post per se to post. However, other artists, if they following you and you post a cool painting, they in turn might post that to their page, which again will get you some followers if they credit you properly and all that. Secondly, you want to make sure you're posting consistently. So even though, like I was just saying, you might only have a new painting once a week to post on your Instagram, you could post a photo of you painting on a canvas. You could, so like for example, oil painting. Let's hold on, I spelled painting wrong. So like, let me just see if I can find an example here real quick. So like, here's one of somebody working on a painting where it just has their hand. So you can also do photos of that kind of like leading up to your art piece. So like, here's where I'm at, kind of a daily update. That way you're getting more consistent content out there. Because the more, like, you want to, first and foremost, you want to make sure the stuff you're painting, like each individual post, is as highest quality as it can be. Which is, like I said, making sure you're framing your photos correctly. So like using flowers or plants and different things along with your painting to kind of set up a scene like this. But then secondly, the next best thing you can do is post more of that. So once you kind of have it down that your quality of your Instagram posts are really good, then you want to increase the quantity of your Instagram posts so that you're doing both. I'm shy, LOL. That's okay. That's why I didn't say you had to post a photo of you painting first, per se. It could be a photo of, like, even something like this, where maybe it's just a setup of your oil paintings and your paintbrush set out with a painting behind it or something, and just then with the caption like, getting ready to start a new piece, I'm super excited for it, yada yada yada. Because that would be the only other thing I noticed, like on your page, was that like a lot of times you have hashtags, but you don't really have anything personal. Serenity and peace. Like for example, this, all you have is kind of the title of the painting, Koi Fish with Pink Lily Oil Painting on Etsy. So what I would be more interested in seeing here would be, and I'm just making all this up obviously, but what I would be more interested in seeing is this picture. You know, this oil painting was extremely challenging for me, period. It was really hard to blend to blend the spots onto the water pattern to give it that precise look that I was looking for. That was definitely the hardest part of this photo, and the water scene alone took me 8 hours to complete. Like, give me the story behind the painting, not just the title of the painting, if that makes sense. And that's where I would kind of start with it. Again, just my 2 cents. I hope that helps. Hey, it's the girls with Snoopy. Aww. The white balance definitely needs fixed on that one. There we go. Look at her face in this picture. Make it more personal. Yes, again, it's the story behind the. Let me explain it this way. I like this painting. I didn't buy this painting just because I liked this painting. I bought this painting because of the story behind this painting. This painting, to me, signifies getting to help out a fellow creator that I'm friends with through a platform in which I live stream. And so by having this, it serves to remind me that I enjoy helping out fellow creators, as well as looking at pretty artwork. But it was the story of meeting you, of getting to know you, of you joining my live streams, of slowly getting to see your paintings, learning. It was the story behind the painting that specifically made me buy this painting versus somebody else's artwork. What's that? Snoopy needs a bath. He looks yellow. Yeah, actually, let's see if we can make him a little better. Listen, this should be white. There we go. Eyedropper. If it's the white balance isn't working, you can click the eyedropper and click on what's supposed to be white, and it'll fix that. Much better, right? Look, see, I was hurrying. I didn't even notice. Exactly. If someone comes to my house and they ask me, why do you have that painting hanging on your wall? I don't want to tell them, I thought it looked cool. I want to tell them the story behind that painting. For example, in my living room, you've probably seen on YouTube, I have a painting of those street performers in New York City where with the spray paint, they within 15 minutes, they make like a skyline photo of the city, that they do with the spray paints and stuff. That's hanging in my living room. And it's always, when people come in, they're always like, oh, that's a really cool painting. And then I get to tell them the story of being in New York City and actually watching the guy do that live in the street. It has, like you said, it has meaning behind it. It's not just a pretty picture. Anybody can make a pretty picture. Anybody can take a pretty picture of a flower, it's the story behind it that matters. Wow, so much better. Yeah, like I said, I was kind of rushing through it. I didn't even notice. This is kind of wintry with snow, so I think I'll keep it cool like that. Yeah, buddy. This photo was shot with a GoPro, so it looks a little warped and stuff, but there's not much I'm going to be able to do with that one. Oh my god, so cool! Easy claps, haha. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? Thank you, thank you. That was just a GoPro photo. Not my best, but thank you. Currently editing vacation photos. I don't do a lot to these in regards as to a lot of effects or anything. I just kind of give them a quick once over, just adjusting exposure, highlights, colors, things like that, and then we move on to the next one. Once we get to some of the other, like I was in Nashville last week, so these photos. I'm excited to get to these, like these sunset photos and stuff will be cool to edit. Ice cream, can I eat you? She is an ice cream. Alright, let me see. Sandusky. Go back to. How do you think? How do you think you felt this game? That's just the letter it starts with. I don't think you spell it with just F. Okay. No. Can't do that. F-I-L. Fit. What's t? Okay, T. E-E-E. E-E-N. E-E-N. This was the arcade at Castaway Bay. This was fun. It was like you could pay one fee and you could play like all the games for free for like so many hours, or you could also pay with tokens or stuff. So best stream right here, lads. Ryan's back finally. Did you win or lose your? What are you? You didn't answer me. What are you playing? So how's your day going, Easy Claps? What are you up to today? I normally am live streaming some video games. However, today, dude, this is where I hit the jackpot and won 829 tickets. Actually, it was more than that. But the counter like went up really slow. And I got tired of waiting. But I hit the jackpot on the game. That was like one where the lights spin around and you got to hit the button and make a stop on the right thing. Oh god, that picture is supposed to be for my private collection right there. My daughter and niece totally made me wear that. It wasn't by choice, guys. It wasn't by choice. We're just gonna skip right past that one. I've never left and I'm playing Ark. Oh, I know you didn't leave, but I asked you earlier what game you were playing and you didn't answer with this picture. Another picture with the GoPro because we were in the water. I had to pretty much use a GoPro. But. All right, and that's it for the vacation pictures. So we finished those ones. So next, cool. Those were kind of the family pictures I had to do. Now we get to go to the vacation photos. We're gonna do the road trip photos, and then the Nashville photos. Let me think here. I gotta look where these ones are at. Dude, I used to play Ark for a while. I had a friend that was really obsessed with Ark. Galveston, Texas is one. What's the biggest dinosaur that you currently control, Ryan? That's my mother, guys. Beautiful woman that she is. Ooh. Doesn't like to try to straighten that star. Wyvern and rock drake. Ah, the rock drake is sweet, dude. What's your all-time? What is your goal? What don't you have yet that you're really trying to work towards getting?
Taking over your body, it's flowing through your mind. This feeling's got me on fire. Don't ever leave it all behind. Can you feel the attraction? Feel the attraction. Can you feel it between us?
These are kind of like total touristy photos here. Look, that's a gator right there, boys. Look at that gator. Let's see here. Which one of these is better? They're kind of both behind the weeds, but I think this one he's sharper in it, so we're going to stack these with that one on top. We don't need both of them. Reaper. Oh, I don't know what the... Oh, is it a newer one or no? I don't know if I know the Reaper. We're also going to crop in on this guy. We want to keep some of that. Hold on.
Can you feel me?
Not the best because he's behind the weeds and stuff, but is what it is. I think I like it better like that. Alright, let me look up what the Reaper looks like. Reaper and Ark. That is such a small picture. Also such a small picture. Actually, we'll do it this way. 1080p. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty sick looking beast. That's a pretty cool one. Is that the one you're talking about? Yeah, that's pretty cool. This one's a little blurrier than this one. However, I like that his face is turned side. Here you don't see his eye or anything. Wildlife photography, you always want to at least be able to capture one eye, or else it just doesn't quite. So we're going to keep the one with the eye showing. And then we're going to crop this. Actually, before I crop it, let me set it up right. That way we get a thing. And then we are going to crop this guy. Let's cut that out. If we can. Maybe do like. Let's try that. Move this up a bit. I'm trying to get giant crab as well. Let's see what the giant crab looks like. Oh, whoops, that's not what I want. I want an image that I do right now. Giant crab. I'm assuming you're talking about this guy. That looks pretty sick as well. I don't think I played it. I mean, when I played it, it's probably been 2 years now since I've played it. This one's good. He's nice and sharp. I got a good picture on that one. So, ooh, I'm excited for this picture. Let's see. So we'll auto the R it up. I'm gonna put him down in the bottom left corner. You know what? Let's go in a little bit more on him. Just a touch. I think I like that frame and it looks pretty good. Welcome back, Princess. We finished the vacay photos. We now moved on to the last road trip that I took. This was in this set of pictures was when we were in Galveston, Texas. Kind of like a little beach town area. I think I like that framing, so we'll crop into that. Keep that. Yeah, these flowers look real pretty there. Did you see Alright, I can't say that word right now. Dame is on fire. I did not. That's crazy. Was it a tourist attack or? Okay, we can't do that site. We don't want a video. I don't want a video. Wow, that is a cool picture right there. I mean, it sucks that that place is on fire, but that's a pretty cool picture right there. The bird in it. Wow, that's crazy. Do we know what happened or why it is like that? I just wasn't sure, you know, I know they had their fair share of terrorist attacks over there too, so I wasn't sure if it was something with that or... Yeah, that's a shame. If for whatever reason I was wanting to actually use this photo for anything, I'd probably open this in Photoshop. I'd probably edit this in Photoshop and remove that telephone pole there. But I don't really actually see me using these photos for anything other than that they look pretty. The day we went to Galveston, it ended up actually being super misty and super hazy and stuff. So these I don't have to edit, but look at this, man. Look at this. This was in a paper there, digital meets art. So like this, it's a picture of a sky and a person diving in water, and then under the water they have a city scene. Okay, can I zoom out just a little? Hold on, why is my zoom so, where's the zoom? I don't want to zoom that much. Well, you can see it though. And like this one, there's a giraffe taking a bite out of the moon. I thought these were really, really cool. They were really inspiring. Look at this one. This one was cool. It's a train on train tracks, and there's like luggage, street lamps. It's kind of like a dystopia universe. It was a really cool picture as well. We don't need to edit those or anything. Those were more just I thought they were cool, so I snapped a picture of them. Thank you, thank you. They were really pretty flowers. They were everywhere down there. They were really gorgeous. This was actually taken with my cell phone. Using that portrait mode where it like blurs stuff out in the background now. Yeah, that one's gonna get rotated quite a bit, which means I would have to cut it down to something like that, which I just don't know if I want to, so we might leave it crooked. Not that it's a great photo, but I'd rather see the signs than have it straight, I do believe. Baby doll, how's work? All right, I'm just gonna finish these last set of photos then here from Galveston. Like, are you ready to go like now? Okay. Up to you. Yeah. Holy, that did not auto straighten that. Oh, look, there's my beautiful mother. We actually, this was a ferry you had to take across that we were on. You had to, you know, like the kind you actually drive your car right onto, and then you have to, you know, go from one side to get onto this island, Galveston Island, which is in Texas. And we actually saw dolphins and stuff jumping out of the water while we were on it. It was pretty cool. I wasn't able to, at least I don't think I did, get any shots of them, but it was pretty cool, pretty cool. On the island, there were some just really cool houses there and stuff. So this is, we didn't really stop. We were with an older couple, so we didn't really like get out a lot and walk. So we were just driving by in the car, and I snapped this. That's why they're not the best, but still very, very pretty buildings. I wish I would have got the top of it. This is my dad here. That's me, obviously. And this was the family that we were staying with. Well, one of the guys. The other ladies aren't in here. The other lady, his wife, isn't in the picture, but... This was the other lady. That was his wife. That was the family we stayed with, my mom's family. It was nice because we thought we were going to have to get a bunch of hotels when we went on this road trip. Because I ended up going with my parents, my mom and my dad and me. But we thought we were going to have to get a bunch of hotels, but then we ended up staying with family quite a bit, which made it a heck of a lot cheaper. I got duplicates of this one, it looks like. Oh, they're a little different. That's actually probably the better shot, so let me group those two together. Can you Photoshop people's heads on other people's heads? Yes, I can. But there probably wouldn't be much of a reason to do that in these type of pictures. By the way, Princess, the wifey and Ryan, the wife is home from work. So after I finish up these last couple pictures, that'll probably be it for this live stream. Like I said, just something new I was trying while I was trying to figure out what to do since I can't live stream on Wednesday nights anymore because of work. So I was just trying to figure out. Look at this. This was a hotel in the background. It was like $300 a night to stay in it, like the cheapest rooms. But it was gorgeous. But you can see how hazy everything was here. Like, that's not from the camera. That's literally, the sky was like that. It was that hazy. I'll try group these two. Alright, now let me run through these real quick and see if there's any I want to star that I like. Well, good. I'm glad you're enjoying it because I have way more pictures I need to get caught up on and edited. So I might do a couple more of these because I can do these in like, you know, like a little 2-hour stream or an hour stream or something, hour and a half when I'm just editing pictures and able to. And then, like I said, hopefully as I get more consistent with work and stuff and figuring out what my new schedule will be, I'll be able to figure out. I kind of like this picture or maybe this one. This one's kind of cool because it shows another one of the. This is the ship we were on in this picture. That you drive your car right onto, as you can see all the cars here, and then they take you to the island and back. So maybe we'll throw a 3 on that one. Just, that's an okay picture of my mom. We'll throw a 3 on that. This is nice with the family member in it. Here's one with all of us guys. And I thought this was a cute picture of family, so we'll throw a 3 on that one. That way when I go back through all these, once they're edited, I can go through and pick which ones I want to hang on my wall, like I said, kind of with the other photos as part of the photo wall collage. So, but that's it for this little short impromptu live stream, guys. Like I said, me and the wife have dinner with her parents tonight, with her dad being out of the hospital and back in his own home. Just getting to spend some time with them, especially since, like I said, the next 3 days I will be in St. Louis. So just thought it would be nice to get to see him one last time and stuff before I head out for the next couple days. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You guys are the best as always. I love getting to hang out with you guys and spend a little bit of time with you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in and just supporting me and trying all this stuff that I'm doing. And yeah, so. Jazzy, I hope I was able to help you with some of those tips for your Etsy store. I hope that they come in handy. I hope that they assist you. And yeah. I can't wait till we get to the Nashville photos. Here, before I get off, let me just show you guys a sneak peek of some of these. Let's see, Nashville. Let me show you just a sneak peek of some of these photos. Look at this sunrise photo. Woo! Isn't that gorgeous? Coming through there. I'll be excited to get to edit those. Here, let's see what else we got. Some of these. I went around the city and there was murals everywhere in this city. I mean, just gorgeous murals everywhere. In buildings. So I'm excited when we get to these ones and get to editing them. Like I said, just a quick little sneak peek of some of the other photos we'll be editing. Of the skyline. This is the skyline in Nashville, Tennessee. This was me taking some photos of some skateboarders. I'm really excited for. This is just the skyline. And because I had some gorgeous shots. There was a day I went out. These are pretty too, with sunset. I can't wait to edit these ones. Reflections in the water. It was nice and calm. This was sunrise again. I can't believe I've been watching the whole time. Hey, I appreciate it. Look at this cool building. This is a customs house that's in Nashville. It's very, very cool. Hold on, let me skip forward. This is at Radnor Lake. That was the vlog that I showed posted today on YouTube. These were the photos from it. Bunch of deer, bunch of wildlife and stuff. This is a cool picture. Look. He's like, what the hell you doing, son? Taking my picture. And then here's where I went to the Fall Creek Falls. Waterfalls. This is at the top of them. You could hike all the way down here to the base of them, which there's photos in here of that. See here. So I can't wait to get to edit all of those. That's not a very good one. Right here. Here, and then let me go back 1 second and see if I have a photo of it. Oh, I don't think I do. Do I not? Guess I don't. Let me see. It was so gorgeous out there. You get what? Hey, I appreciate the watch time. Where are these all at? Oh, here's some of them. So here, you see down here this rock? This rock was on the very edge of, I mean, like a, I don't know how many foot drop. But I was literally out right on the edge of this. I mean, you're talking like hundreds and hundreds of feet. Standing out on this rock. It was freaking crazy. Let's see if I thought I had a, that's what I'm looking for real quick before this rock though. Like, it was a long ways down. It was pretty freaking scary, not gonna lie. More skyline photos and stuff at nighttime, different angles. So that's a lot of photos that I gotta go through. This was a little Gothic style town that I visited. They had like a bunch of, like, all the architecture was like Gothic themed. Really cool. So I'll be super excited when I get to edit those pictures here after I finish the road trip pictures. But anyways, that's like I said, that's it for me, guys, for today's stream. So appreciate you guys watching as always. You guys are the best. Appreciate all the support. And yeah, that's it. So until next time. Peace out, everybody. Good luck on getting your Instagram up and going, Jazzy. I'm excited to see what your stuff starts looking like as you start implementing some of that stuff. Let me know how it works out for you. And if you ever have any more questions, please feel free to ask. I'll be happy to help. Until next time, peace out, everybody.